The global COVID-19 pandemic, along with lockdowns and social distancing used to combat it, have caused a number of people suffering from anxiety and depression to skyrocket, especially amongst healthcare workers on the front lines. Research has clearly shown yoga to relieve stress and help reduce anxiety and depression. But learning the correct forms of yoga all by yourself can be overwhelming and can cause more stress and frustration. That's why we created YogAR Yogi. YogAR Yogi generates yoga poses in such a way that the user can easily see where they're supposed to be positioning their body so that they can match the shape. It also gives accuracy ratings to allow users to go improve over time and see how well they're doing. Not only that, but it allows you to go learn the poses before you start practicing. We know that YogAR Yogi will succeed because of the numerous empirical studies that have repeatedly shown the effectiveness of our two main ideas. First, that yoga reduces stress and decreases anxiety and depression amongst people who practice it. Second, that the people who learn new physical skills best through clearly illustrated physical modeling and direct individualized feedback. YogAR Yogi provides both of these. YogAR Yogi is unique because it has three distinct methods of teaching these poses. We have the body positioning lines to go through and again make sure that your body matches the correct form relative to what the model should be. We have the accuracy percentage that goes through and allows you to, after the fact, go and see how well you did. And then we have the 3D models and the videos that lets the user see the pose from experts and to go see it in all different angles. In regards to scalability, we would crowdsource some of our yoga poses and routines from other people. One of the great things about using YogAR to go host all of our yoga poses and the 3D models associated with them is that we're able to go scale quickly and easily without needing to worry about server overhead. The other thing is that because it's an all-digital product, all we need to do is scale up web servers to increase deliverability. We would also like to reach out to lifestyle influencers and ask them to share our ad support wellness tool. Social media, wellness expos, conferences, blogs would also be a first step in generating user awareness for our app. YogAR Yogi is easy to use for anyone to go use on any system. Everyone can go use it as long as they have an internet-connected device. In addition, everyone can go learn at their own pace, which will reduce their stress and the chance of injury. Finally, we go through and we use TensorFlow in the calibration process to go scale the poses to each user's body. This is really important because it means that anyone of any body type, and no matter where they're standing relative to the camera, will have personalized feedback that accurately describes where they're supposed to be doing and not just a general form that they're supposed to match. But enough talking about it. Let's go through and show how it works. Okay, before we start practicing yoga on our own, we're going to first learn some poses. So if we go over to the Learn New Poses button, you can go through and you can see different poses that we have in the database, from the name to the difficulty. So we've got some advanced ones down here. And we can also go through, and if they've got a video, we can go click it to go bring up examples of people doing said poses. And you can see that a lot of these poses all have different videos for it. Now let's take a look at the 3D models. So we go through and we can go click on the little model icon and then click on the image itself. And as you can see, what we'll do is as we move around the room, it will detect the floor and will automatically put the model on the ground. From there, you can go walk around it and observe the model and see what the pose should be from all 360 degrees around the model. Okay, so let's practice your yoga. So we can go to practice your yoga. We can grant access to the camera, double checks all the permissions are good, and then we can go through and calibrate the camera. So what this does is it identifies the key points on your body to match the yoga poses to your shape, size, and position relative to the rest of the screen. So you go through there, and the camera is calibrated. Now we can go through and we can go select which poses you want to come up in the rotation. So for this one, I just want to go do 2 just for quick demonstration. We click ready, and we can go through and start practicing. When you're ready to begin, just hit start practicing. And it will go through and it will display a pose on the screen for you to go match. So you can go move to that pose and try and match it to the best of your ability. And you can see the blue is where you are and the white's what you're trying to go match. And it will give you points as you get closer and closer to the actual white lines with your blue lines. Once you're done practicing, it'll go cycle through some poses. But once you're done practicing, it'll have you hold it for a while. We can just hit the stop button right there. And it will give you a performance score. In this case, we got an 83%. YogAR Yogi helps people learn and practice the correct forms of yoga in an easy, stress-free manner. After all, reducing stress is what yoga is all about, and it's exactly what people need in these extra stressful times.